What really happened at the end of the Joker 2 movie? Will it be the rise of the real Joker? One of the most polarizing movies in the DC Comics universe will be the Joker 2, a story that will give a lot to talk about for a long time. But what happened at the end of this movie? Was this the true ending of the Joker, or will this universe continue? Will there be a third movie of the Joker? In this video, we'll be talking about what the end of the Joker 2 means for this story, and how Gotham may have inadvertently created the real Joker. And for more videos about your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Oasis Geek. Before we start with this video, and to celebrate the arrival of the Penguin series, we will be giving away a Funko Pop from the Batman movie. To participate, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel and leave a comment telling us who is your favorite character from the DC universe and why. The winner will be announced on October 31st. Arthur Fleck, after a life of constant victimization, decided to take revenge on society and become an agent of chaos, a figure admired by many, although his true story was far from being as inspiring as many believed. To understand what I am referring to, we must first understand what is happening in Gotham during Arthur's trial. Gotham has been a city trapped in an endless cycle of corruption. The most powerful families, instead of helping the most vulnerable, have diverted funds intended for social programs to fill their own pockets. This corrupt system has left the most disadvantaged citizens without resources, creating an environment of desperation and chaos that inevitably ends up exploding. A clear example of this reality is Arthur Fleck himself. At the beginning of the first Joker movie, Arthur was a patient at a clinic that provided treatment for his mental health, a place where he received the medication he needed to maintain his stability. However, when funding cutbacks occurred, that clinic lost its funding and Arthur was left stranded, without access to the care he so desperately needed. The lack of those essential medications led him to lose control of his mind, or so it was believed at the time. The story of the second Joker film is more complex. While the first film showed us how a man can fall into madness and lose all hope, this second installment feels more like a play. A social critique about the judgment of a clown that society itself created. I think this is what ended up dividing the audience's expectations. Many expected to see a violent and intelligent Joker, not a depressive version of the Joker. However, I think many are ignoring the real message the movie is trying to convey. Sometimes society turns criminals into caricatures, transforming them into bigger villains than they are, or even heroes. Throughout history, we have seen how serial killers come to have followers, even from prisons, idolized by thousands. This happens because society's desire for change often leads to finding solutions in false leaders. The Joker is the time bomb of a corrupt system, and I think that is the most important thing the film leaves us with. The Joker has never been a single person, but the result of a decadent society, which turns injustice into a joke. Like Batman, the Joker is a product of Gotham. The city, with its rampant corruption and moral decay, creates both heroes and villains. The most interesting point the film makes is that society needs a Joker, not just as a villain to blame for its problems, but as a symbol of resistance against the system. The Joker is the representation of the accumulated rage of the citizens that need to rebel against an unjust system that has oppressed them. Arthur Fleck, although he tried to be that figure, could not sustain himself in that role. He ended up broken because deep down, he didn't really embody the Joker that Gotham needed. His struggle was personal, not a larger cause. In the end, he himself stated that the Joker was just an invention, something he had created to survive his own pain, but not a true force for change. At that point, we saw how he stopped believing in the idea of the Joker, and we also saw how his followers abandoned him, because what they were looking for was a stronger figure, someone who could lead the revolution against the corrupt system, someone like Batman. After Arthur is arrested and taken back to Arkham, he is confronted by a man who tells him a joke before hurting him. This man, after doing so, decides to change his appearance by cutting his face, thus taking on the identity of the new Joker. But this ending means much more. It is not only Arthur's death, nor the end of the Joker as a character. When this assassin kills Arthur, he leaves a void in Gotham, because the Joker is not just an individual, he is a figure that has always been present in the city. Like Batman, the Joker must exist in Gotham. He represents the chaos that arises from the corruption and injustice that rule the city. Arthur was not the only one who could be the Joker. His death does not mean the end of the idea of the Joker, but rather opens the door for someone else to take his place. The man who kills him is not simply an assassin. He is a person who understands the chaos Gotham needs, someone who decides to become the next Joker. The idea of the Joker doesn't die with Arthur, it simply passes on to someone else, because the corruption and chaos in Gotham will always find someone willing to be the Joker. During the trial, there was an attempt to determine whether the Joker was a second personality of Arthur or just a lie. But if we analyze what happened, we could say that the Joker has ceased to be just an idea of the people, to become the manifestation of the madness that the corrupt system has generated. It is the inevitable crisis caused by corruption, which can only be faced with a madness of equal magnitude. A Batman. So if there is a new movie, I think we could see Harley Quinn meeting this new Joker, or even the Joker's daughter becoming a new version of Harley Quinn within this universe. The musical aspect of the film, which introduces elements of theater and opera in some scenes, will not be to everyone's liking. Some viewers may find that it breaks with the dramatic intensity they expect from a Joker story, while others will see it as a deeper artistic representation of the character's chaotic minds. However, despite these potential disagreements, there's no denying that the Joker 2 has enormous potential to expand on in future installments. We could still see a film centered on a young Harvey Dent before his transformation into Two-Face, dealing with the consequences of prosecuting the Joker. It's also possible that the universe could expand with a film or series dedicated to Harley Quinn, exploring her origins or her relationship with this new Joker. Who knows, maybe there will even be a sequel that continues to develop this world. The most interesting thing about the Joker 2 is the possibility that the Joker's origin story is not really Arthur Fleck's, but an evolution of the Joker idea itself. The concept of the Joker could have gone from being just a symbolic figure to becoming a dangerous reality with a new psychopath lethal enough to take down Arthur and completely take over the role of the real Joker. But tell me, what do you think of all this? Did you like the Joker 2? What do you think about the ending? Do you think this new Joker could have his own movie? Do you think the Joker is the result of the crisis in Gotham? Or do you think it wasn't a good representation of the character? Share your opinion in the comments. And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You are on The Oasis Geek.